2, 1. What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of ArmTalk Black Friday edition. Hope everybody had their turkey and stuffing, and now you can enjoy and feast on your turkey sandwich. You know who I am, but you also know who my guest is. And I got to say, Mr. Uncle John, welcome back to the States.
Oh, thank you, Jody. Thank you so much. It is good to be back in the red, white, and blue U.S. of A. I'll tell you what, I think I'm 25% stronger just from being on free soil.
And you know what? When you came back, and you're back in Minnesota, right?
Yeah. St. Paul.
So, I saw a couple of training videos. So are you around where Josh Hanlon is, or?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm back. I'm back training with some of my old boys from back in my early days, because I started arm wrestling in Minnesota, and I was here for like 3 or 4 years. And with like Josh, we went to the Arnolds together. We traveled all over, like anywhere within like 12-hour drive. We went all over, and that's how I cut my teeth in arm wrestling, was just traveling around and getting my ass kicked all over the place. And so it's nice to be back, and it's nice to be, have a club where like every time I go, there's like 20 guys there at least, and all of them are like strong ass dudes.
Oh, so, come on, Tim, you echoing.
Tim Talmadge.
I'm already echoing.
Well, I think you're okay now. So we're good now. But
oh Jesus, man.
I need one of those I need the green screen for my back. I need that. That's pretty cool.
My wife's getting a massage, and I'm trying to. All this was already messed up. I had to try to hook all this shit up.
Blaming the wife already. Blaming the wife. Can't wait.
Oh, how's the screen? How's the screen though?
Oh yeah,
I like that.
It's a beauty.
I need a green screen, man. I'm super jealous. All I got is trophies and stuff in the back. So
I don't have any of those. I suck at arm wrestling.
Well, we just got on,
man.
So welcome to the show, Tim. John's in the house. Spermies is in the chat. So is Phil Woody. What's up, everybody? Now, Washington State. Tim, you and Kayla were on the other day, and you guys talked about what's up and coming. I did not get a chance to finish that, but I don't know where you left off, because I know on our show, me and Ryan Espy on Monday or on Tuesday, you put out some things that kind of made people's ears perk up. You want to go ahead and touch on that?
I made some ears perk up. What would that be about?
The comment about
I'm just kidding. We got a pretty hefty sponsorship from Body by Robbie in He contacted me and wanted to do some stuff together. Wasn't going to turn it down, and we went back and forth. He got back to me, and he's giving us like 15 to 20,000 worth of sponsorships for treatments. So it's pretty huge. So we announced already how we're going to kind of do one of them, and that would be if you take top 3 in the pro left and right, in the masters left and right, which includes women's, pretty much everybody besides the amateurs, because amateurs should not need VitaCell.
Right.
Then you'll just get a ticket for the drawing at the end of the night, and whoever wins it, we'll talk about it, and we'll get on a call with Rob and all them and see because each treatment's different.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, some treatments are 5, some are 8. So that's why we're leaving it like 2, just to have some play on what people are going to get. Second one, we haven't decided yet. I want to do something cool with it. I just haven't came up with it. Just know there's going to be 2 given away, and I will decide how the other one's given away with my team probably the night before or something.
Nice. Well, let me just pounce on that, because I just got VitaCell Biologics stem cell shots at the beginning of the month in Florida, and I met Robbie, and I met Dr. Mark. I met all those guys, and I got shots in my back, because you guys already know how screwed up my back is.
Right.
I was getting cortisone shots every 2 weeks before, on the lead up to that, for like 5 months. I have not had a single cortisone shot since I got those stem cells.
Now, I got a question. Do you think the cortisone shots were a waste? Because if you're constantly doing that, did it help or did it not help?
So it took the pain away. The cortisone shots help with the pain, but cortisone also has some negatives, right? With long-term use, there's possibilities for some negatives in there. And look, like I keep waiting for the stem cells to like, oh, maybe it wasn't the stem cells, but like you guys have seen how huge I am right now. I'm training hard every day, harder than last time. So like I cannot say enough good about VitaCell Biologics. I think they're freaking awesome.
Right. I feel like I'm seeing you like just like this. And I feel like I'm not working hard enough. And I'm thinking there's that slight bit of jealousy, like going, come on, Thunder, get your shit together. Everybody's like passing you up. I better start pumping the weight. So at some point, I need to really understand what the hell is going on, because I see you and it's like going, wow, well, I'm lazy. So I mean, so it's kind of like it's one of those deals.
Well, it's a lot of things, right? The VitaCell helps a lot. The other thing that happened to me was, I was in a caloric deficit for like 3 years, right? I was 320 and I went down to 190. And then now I've been eating 4,000 calories a day for the last like 5-6 months. Right. So, and it's good, right? Good calories. So it's kind of like my body's like, oh, right. You can gain muscle. You just need to actually eat food. So, I'll tell this to Gage Jordan, buddy, I'm not the same dude that you saw last year at Washington State's. I am not that guy anymore.
So speaking of which, and I knew nothing of Gage Jordan prior to last year, right? Mm-hmm. And when he had that match with Jordan Seal, and I'll be the first to admit, I was like, oh, Jordan got this, because Jordan has that massive hand and he'll grip low and does this low hand top roll stuff. But when Gage just came in there, shoulder committed, 124.7% shoulder press, and my jaw hit the ground and my eyes was like,
yeah.
So knowing that now, and here you are with a match with him, and that's left or right? That's left-handed, right?
Left hand, yeah.
How do you feel going into that match?
Well, Gage is very, very good in that form, in that position. He's very fast. We had one match in the tournament, and I didn't really, we were commentating, so I didn't really know what he was doing, how he was doing it, and I was able to stop him before he had me to the pin line, but I stopped him at the pin line, and then we that was it. The problem for Gage is going to be, is that all he has? Is that one move? Because if he has that one move, I know what to do now, right? I know how to stop that. I know how to deal with that. I think I have the added strength to be able to stop it. My only issue is if he can throw that much power and that much speed at different angles. And because I'm expecting that's what he's going to do. He's going to press me. He's going to go fast. He's going to go inside. That's what I've been preparing for.
Right.
My only thing in the back of my mind is, okay, what else can he do? Where else can he go? And what kind of gains has he made? Right. As arm wrestlers, we kind of tend to get stuck in our own heads. Like, I'm like, oh, dude, I've made gains. But then we think like everybody else has not been making gains. So
yeah, the world doesn't stop because
exactly. So I have no idea where Gage is. All I know and all I can say is that if he hasn't made significant gains, he better do a lot in this last week, because I'm going to come in there with a lot of intensity. I'm coming off of some good super matches. I'm sharp. I'm powerful. And I do not plan to leave Washington without a win.
Well, the Schmo has always chimed in and said, gathering the troops and the Uncle John haters. Here we go.
Yeah, they've been hot and heavy lately. I don't know what I did, but there's been a nice influx of Uncle John hate in the chats lately.
Is it because you moved back to the States? Is that what it is?
No, I just think that, whenever I do stuff, when I first started arm wrestling, everybody hated me because I was a fat guy. And then when I got skinny, everybody hated me because I was a skinny guy. And now I got jacked, so everybody hates me because I'm a jacked guy. And, so what can you do? What can you do? I just have fun and hang out with my buddies, Chocolate Thunder and Tim, and we're going to have a good time.
Everybody needs them haters. I love them haters. Bring them on. Let everybody hate. I love it.
I say don't hate, appreciate.
You're not doing something right.
Right. That's it.
Ooh, John, good question. Check this out. I want you to check this out. Uncle John says, Spermies, where are you now compared to Arm Gods in Ottawa?
Yeah, so Arm Gods Ottawa, I was that was like my first arm wrestling event being bigger again, being like, because I was at 220 for a minute and then went up and I was like really big there. I was like 260 there. So I'm lighter now. I'm like 250 and I plan to cut to 242 for Washington. So I'll be 242 for the super match, and then hopefully, if I'm not too banged up, I'll pull 42s and supers in the tournament as well, pending what our setup situation is, because obviously commentary is going to be the number one thing. But I would like to pull guys too, because I know that like Mario Timbakis is going to be there. I'd like to pull him lefty, and whoever else is there.
Here's the deal, and I want
to show you how to beat him. I did it at Arizona State.
Yeah. I'll get some pointers. Beforehand.
Well, here's the thing. I've been getting this question asked. Hey, Jody, are you going to go ahead and pull the open class or the masters? I'm like, I don't know. And there's a lot of stuff that's kind of clouding my judgment because some other stuff coming up that I really don't know the details about. However, anytime Uncle John's in the house, you cannot help but to admire and watch him pull. So, you said, it's going to be hard because, as you said before, and Tim knows this, you and I are back for more round 2 at Washington State, where you and I are going to be doing some commentary. However, it was weird because last year we didn't have a problem because you were doing the 220 class. I did 242. I would get up there, you commentate. You go up there, I'd commentate. But now we're kind of in the same weight class. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm excited. I can carry that son bitch if I need to, while you go up there and do your thing. Or I'll just say, you know what? Because I'm an old guy, right? I will go up there, pull the masters. Tim said he might just, come in here and do some stuff too. So between the three of us, we will make it work like we did last year. So
I think we should commentate while we arm wrestle each other.
Yeah, I think we should.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I see Nikolai is here. We are streaming it. We're streaming it, right?
Yep. Yes. Arm Sports Entertainment all day long.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, we'll I haven't decided. Like, some people like different streams, like, stream the super matches, cut it off, stream the tournament. I don't know, but everything will be on Arm Sports Entertainment all day long. And I'm sure maybe one of you guys or both of you guys might take a little break from the stream and go hop on your own channels and do like a floating cam or something.
Yeah.
I know a couple other people are doing that. So yeah, it'll be everywhere. You'll be able to see it everywhere.
Okay, I got a couple questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a couple questions for Tim just on the spec of everything. Because last year we had a pretty cool venue. We had the cool stage, but it's going to be a little different this year. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. We're at like a old school theater that they like renovated to where they took out some seats in front. It's still, there's an aisle in the middle and then it's seats on the left and right all the way down, East versus West style. On the stage, they took seats out to make a stage.
Yeah.
So then now they can do more things there. So it'd be pretty cool. We'll have the stage set up with 3 tables. We'll have commentary on the bottom left. Excuse me. We'll have the brackets on the bottom right. We'll have cameras probably up above, zoomed all the way in. The production guy already went there and says, I got this. He's like, I got the wireless cameras. The things are freaking, I don't know, $10,000 cameras he has. I mean, he does it for a living. So
yeah.
I mean, they're pretty awesome. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. We'll have some vendors in the house. The guy owns the pizza shop across the street, so we'll have pizza all day long. Beer, wine, and ciders.
Beautiful.
Hey, I got a question. Do you remember guys seeing that Tim Breslin Austin Jaggers match? You guys remember seeing that?
When was that?
Was it earlier this year?
Was that Winter Blast?
No, it was in Tennessee, but the venue was like old movie theater. I'm kind of wondering when you said that you had the aisles and stuff, then the stage up top. I'm thinking it kind of reminded me of that, and it was kind of cool because it wasn't an empty seat in the house, but because it was like an old movie theater. Right. So you had the aisles, and they kind of inclined. So if you sat in the back, you weren't like people couldn't, you could still see because the way the aisles, how the movie theater aisles go, right?
Yeah, there's no bad seats.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, there's no bad seats. We'll have the vendors up top. We'll have everybody can hang out and stand up there and watch from up top if they want. We'll have a little pit area at the bottom. We were hoping to have some sort of like big thing on the projector, but I'm not. Aaron's working that out, so we might have like a big banner because it's a movie screen, but we don't want to hit the arm wrestlers as they're standing there. So Aaron's dealing with that. He might throw something on there. So we'll see.
Nice.
Well, John, I don't know if you caught the show the other day with Tim and Kayla, but there's some Australians that'll be there. Nevada, California, Idaho. You say some people from Ohio and South Carolina are coming too, Tim?
Yeah, I got a hold. Some guy got a hold of. I don't know if I mentioned it. If I want to mention it, I might mention it. It's not 100%, but we've been hanging out quite a bit because I travel too much for roughing. But Quinlan Mendez might be in the house.
Quinlan, awesome.
He's never pulled in the Northwest, and he's like super excited. He said he's working on it. He's working on details. But that would
his son has though. His son actually has.
Yeah,
he came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, he's super excited. There is somebody that I was waiting just for this show to announce who's coming, just because he is one of my favorite pullers that I've watched for years, and he can just sit back and talk shit. But then when he comes up, you just love the guy. A lot of people don't love him, but I love him.
I know who he is. I know somebody. I'm supposed to be quiet, so.
You want to read that, or you want me to announce the guy who's coming?
I want to know who's coming.
Tom Nelson is coming.
Oh, Tom. I want to pull Tom real bad. He
said this is for his mom. So,
awesome.
Yes.
Tom Nelson will be in the house.
I have never met Tom Nelson in person. He is, when you think about the United States and left-handed arm wrestling in particular, like Tom is up there, like really good on that left hand. What did he say? Is he supers 242? Supers. Oh,
yeah.
Uncle John, there you go, my friend.
Yeah, he's going super. Don't know if he's bringing anybody with him.
That's awesome.
I don't know if he's bringing anybody with him, but he's probably going to be at the thing that we're doing afterwards. And it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, that's so good, man. I'm so excited for that. Like, I'm telling you, for all you guys out there,
you just made his day.
like Tom Nelson hasn't really had a huge amount of shine in the last 3 to 4 years of the internet surge of arm wrestling, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of people that are fans that might not know him very well. He is, like Tim said, one of the most entertaining guys that you will come across. Yeah. Like, awesome.
Yeah. I still think he has one of the best shirts made in arm wrestling. That's a picture of him taking a piss, and it says Brezink on it.
Oh, no, it said more.
Then he has a picture with John as he's wearing it.
So it was like piss, and then he had one that said it had the 3 B's.
Oh, yeah.
The guy pissed, and it had Brezink, Bajit, and Bath.
Yep. Yeah.
So that was funny.
Do you guys remember when he got in a little bit of a fight with Brezink at that retirement home arm wrestling tournament like 6-7 years ago?
Do you know the story behind it? It wasn't him. It was like his sister Kelly. Like it was back when you guys know how you lay down for your teammate and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess that rubbed Tom the wrong way. And his sister and sat there and called John a pussy. And Tom was like, or I guess they had pulled. All of a sudden, John had beat him. And who's the pussy now? And Tom's like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?" And then all of a sudden, it kind of got out of hand. But Tom's been known to kind of fuck stuff. So
it's funny. He'll do that, and he'll like get all pissed and riled up, and then right afterwards, like, "Yo, hey, you want a beer?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What? You just wanted to punch me in the face. You might have punched me in the face.
Yeah.
And just, it's arm wrestling's over with. What do you mean? We're done.
Right.
Yeah, we're done with that. It's in the past. Doesn't matter.
Right. There you go. Phil Woody says, "I'll defend Uncle John all day. Guy's a great entertaining heel. Tim is a real villain, though. Send all the hate this way. Referee and promoter, he's asking for trouble." There you go.
I'll take it.
Phil's the man.
Yeah, everybody has to have someone to blame when they lose at a table. So
true.
I'll take it.
So Tim, how do you feel about your match with Jordan Steele?
I feel great. I'm the big underdog, and I love it.
Right hand?
It's a right-handed match.
Yeah.
I've talked to the right people. I've done the right training, I think. I have a game plan. I think it's a better game plan than I had with Eric, and I had to change up what I did with Eric. I did what I wanted with Eric, and I stopped Eric, but I couldn't finish Eric in the move that I was trying to do, and I had to come up with the game plan after I was down 2-0. So now I think it's pretty close to the same game plan with Jordan. And the people that I've talked to, they said if I can execute my game plan, I got a shot. So I still believe I'm a huge underdog. I've never pinned Jordan in my life, as I've never pinned Eric Wolf in my life.
Hey, Tim, I did. Finally, after all these years, I finally pinned Jordan. So
yeah, and for me, it's like, growing up arm wrestling since 2005, it was a grip and rip. I mean, I did one move. I hooked. That was it. It was pure power, young power. And now it's, now I'm learning how to actual arm wrestle, and the different techniques and the different ways to use different things in the setup. Going overseas and being blessed to learn from a lot of guys on our downtime that are at King of the Table and East versus West. I've learned a lot in the last 2 years. And I think that, I don't think my power has gained tremendously because I don't work out. I don't go to the gym. I don't practice on the table unless I'm at an event. That's the only time I practice on the table.
Mm-hmm.
But my knowledge is up there. And I think that's why I'm going to start getting some of these bigger wins now.
Nice.
I'm glad you said that. And everybody in the chat, feel free to chime in on this question. Tim, you say that going over East, because all three of us have gone across, the ocean to compete and learn all that kind of stuff. When I did that earlier this year, I thought I was doing something here. And when I went over to England, I was like it just opened my eyes. Arm wrestling is just different across the ocean. And you guys know this for a fact because you guys experienced that. What is it about us Americans when we go over there and all of a sudden it's like going, what the fuck? I mean, are we like behind in this sport or what? Like, what do you think it is?
For me, I think it comes down to two things. One, that's not our life. We have to go to work on Monday. That True. For me, that's the biggest thing, right? And it's not. I don't know how to say. It's not like that. I think Americans are too, in North America they're too lazy. We have those guys that can go bang it with them, and we've shown it. But for 98% of arm wrestlers in North America, they're too lazy. They don't put our food is shit over here, so we're not putting good food in our body like they are. It's the dedication. I don't know. It's different. I feel like we are amateurs to them being pros, unless you're at that one level. And it's not that we can't be there. But I mean, Uncle John, you've kind of experienced this. You lived in the U.S., you lived in Canada. There's huge differences.
Yeah.
It's a big line. It's not just a small gap. Like some of that stuff's a big line of just what you put into your body, what your resources are, you know.
Yeah, I think that you're right with the nutrition aspect of it, the seriousness level of it. And you can see the seriousness level not only in like how you train, or not only just in how you eat, but like practicing. Going to a practice is different in different places, right? I've been to practices, most of the practices in North America, it's like you go and you scrimmage the whole time, right? It's like I grew up playing hockey. So the scrimmaging, it only happened at the very end of practice after you've worked on all the skills for that period of time.
Right.
Very rarely in North America do I see anybody working on skills. You know, you've got your Bob Browns, obviously he will do that type of stuff, and some pockets here and there. But by and large, people just want to go to a practice and see how strong they are, right? Whereas in these places overseas, like, my God, I've seen these guys and they will just do one move like 100 times. And then they'll switch so that the one guy will do the move and the other guy will do the move. And then it's not until they've done that and got it in their brains and started to figure that out that they'll try to actually apply it.
Yeah.
Right. So
one thing that's, I'm going to add something real quick. Jody, have you ever been to a Devin Mackin practice?
Yeah.
So when I used to go to I just want to add this real quick. They used to start for 30 minutes. Close your hand, close your thumb, and just do this. That's all they would do for 30 minutes. I'm like, what kind of practice is this? But if you ever seen Devin Mackin, this right here, it sticks out about 9 inches.
Yeah.
It just builds your hand and it pumps your hand. So when you're practicing, your hand's there in a practice, because he will tell you, if you don't have all your tools there, how you get to practice right. You know, stuff like that.
Right. It's 100%. It's 100%. And it's a mindset that is different.
Like those guys over there. And if you're talking about, maybe I was talking to Maynard Ninjas over there, and he was saying, yeah, we get somebody between 15, 20 guys on our team. I'm like, I'll be happy to get 7. And they got like 5, 6 tables, and all of a sudden you got half the guys on the tables, other half on the weights. After a certain amount of time, they do this.
Yeah.
And that's like, wow. And I thought, you know, North Americans are doing something, you know.
I had a guy hit me up here about 3 days ago, and he goes, hey, I got this big match December 9th in Arizona. I would like to come test with you to see where I'm at. And Phil, and then I hit up my other buddy. I was like, hey, I'm going to, practice with this guy, showing how you want to come over. And he goes, I'm saving it. I said, no, I'm talking about like come over and like practice. He goes, yeah, I don't want to get worn out. And that's the difference, like you said right there. No, my practice is different than yours. I'm not going to sit here and pull you for 9 hours. I might pull you once at the end of the night. I'm just going to show you where you should go on certain things, and how you should position yourself. That's practice to me. Practice is not good. All right, man, I'll see where you're at. All right, I'm going to hold you. I'm going to hold you. All right, I'm going to hold you down. That's not practicing. That's doing nothing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the right technique, you're not – power means shit.
Well, not into that. It's like, okay, like Paul Stevens is in the chat, my opponent, right? So next weekend. And, I may have a practice tomorrow, I know some people have this thing about I don't practice the week before a tournament or a big event, whatever. For me, we're not just going like balls to the walls, tournament hits. We're not doing that kind of stuff. We're just trying to kind of feeling, okay, am I stronger here? Cool. Because I've been working stuff. I've been also traveling. I was in Canada in October. Well, actually, let's go back. September, I was in Utah. October was Canada. November was San Diego for the finals. And then next weekend will be, December, I'll be in Washington. So it's like the last 4 months have been busy. So
that's cute, Jody. You want me to say mine?
But I'm saying, though, it's like, for me, like you just said, I'm going to save it. I'm like, okay, what are you actually saving, though?
Right.
I mean, it comes down to that, though. Like, what exactly are you saving? Like, I will be okay. I mean, I'm not pulling like 12 guys, and we're not going ready goes every single time. No, we're just trying to get the muscles warmed up. Okay, is this working? Do I have enough? Okay, fine, whatever. I mean, you kind of find things out. We all know a lot of us practice a little bit differently, but Yeah, I mean, to what you were saying about, no, I don't. I want to save it. I mean, I get it, but then it's like, okay, if you go fucking lay an egg, then what?
I mean, you can technically say I practiced the night before Eric match. Me and Corey Miller were on the table for 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We pulled some, but it was all about where I needed to go. It was him going where Eric is going to go, and how am I defending it? And that, and it was just reps. It's just getting in your head that you're going to go. You're doing this. That's all you're doing. It doesn't matter what he does. You're going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not, and you get up there and you're like, oh, and you get sucked into where he's going, you're done. It's just a lot of muscle memory, you know. And for us guys who are used to just gripping and ripping, it's muscle memory is hard sometimes.
Yeah, confidence in position and confidence to go places that you're uncomfortable going in. That's a huge thing, and that's, I think, the other big change or difference that I see in a lot of European pullers versus North America is North America, you'll have guys and they got one big move. They got one ace. But if they're outside of that, it's very, very difficult for them. Whereas a lot of Euro guys, they've got a hook. They've got a top roll. They've got a press. They have one that's better than the other, but they're still functional in those other lanes.
And a lot of different to get there too.
Hey,
yeah,
I'll take it a step further because I'll be the first guy to say I'm guilty of this. Watch this. How often, and everybody in the chat, feel free to chime in too. So how often do you get to a tournament where prior to that you're training? I'm training for this move too and that move, and you feel confident, but the day of the tournament you still go back to what you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that never even touches the table. That move you've been working on for X amount of months, and all of a sudden come tournament time, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then oh wait, no, I get, I don't want to say shell shock, but you get up there and kind of go, nope, I'm gonna go what I know best. Have you ever felt that before? Have you ever done that before?
Oh yeah,
every time.
It's called being a little bitch.
and that literally comes down to that's what I used to do every time. I would have a game plan, and then Corey would go, "What are you doing?" So now it's just like the reps. Like even when I'm by myself 30 minutes before the match, I'm doing this in the air. Like if it depending on what move I'm doing, I know that no matter what, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, and that's the thing where, what Uncle John was saying, that, hey, we got that one big move and we're good at it. And, not to pick on somebody because somebody made a comment about Matt Mask. And so I'll just use him as an example. I'm not busting the guy's balls, but we all know Matt has that one move. And I'm wondering, so I know this is supposed to be Washington State, but we're kind of going all over the place. Matt is what, 6'5", 6'6"?
Tall.
And he has that long lever. And I wonder, somebody of that stature, what if he learned how to shoulder press like old Dave Randall and just come crashing down?
Oh, you saw it at the last event.
Yeah, but if he actually had that, I mean, because we all know if things don't work out, he's going back to his low hand top roll. I'm gonna bend you over. I get it, but it's like going, dude, your frame is built for that. Why not do that?
I think you might see more of it now that he learned he can do it.
Right.
Kind of like I learned that I could do it against Eric 3 times. I've never went there before. I've never trusted it. But hell, I felt very comfortable there. And now I know on some of these things, I mean, hell, you're probably going to see it at Jordan. If the things don't work how I'm seeing it, I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
100%.
Right. It goes back to where you don't know you have a secondary move until you have to use it. And we can use the Dave Chafee Vitaly match where did we all know he had a flop wrist press? No. But he had to use it because it was like, okay, it's one of those break glass in case of emergency type of situations,
Yep.
And then boom, there you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So
that's it.
Other than that, yeah, South Carolina will be in the house, Utah, Nevada. I'm telling you, man, like when Tim puts on a tournament, and I'm speaking to the chat, when Tim puts on a tournament, he has 2 major ones, right? Washington State around the holidays, in the summertime, spring, summer, he has Arizona State. Both events have top-notch athletes. So I'm telling you right now, if you can't come, at least watch and support it and watch on the channel, because I'm telling you right now, and of course, you got Uncle John and myself on the mic. So we're going to be putting our own little flavor, whether it be Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, whatever the case may be. You're going to have a heel. You're going to have a face on the mic doing play-by-play. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how we do it, right? You gotta bring the power. I mean, arm wrestling is just going up, right? It's going up and up and up. We saw it at the last East versus West. I thought the actual East versus West pay-per-view it looked and sounded the best that it ever has. Awesome. And I think it's important for we follow along. It's almost like it's not good enough anymore to just have a tournament. You can't just have a tournament, right? I mean, you can, but once you have the video and the commentary and the super matches and all the bells and whistles that Tim always does, Arm Sports Entertainment always does, that's when you get the good stuff, right? And I'm spoiled at this point. Like, that's what I want. Like, I'm much more apt to go to a tournament if it's got all that extra stuff, because let's say I'm not who I am, but I want to go, and my goal is to become more known in arm wrestling. Mm-hmm. Where are you going to go? You're going to go to a tournament that is not doing live streaming, no recording, no nothing? Or do you want to go to Washington State where you do something amazing? You're going to get highlighted. You're going to get video of it. And bing, bang, guys that do podcasts like us are going to know who you are, right? It's a massively easy way to get yourself into the limelight, which was impossible before.
And sometimes you have to, when, I would see Uncle John do Canadian Nationals. He's on the mic. Sometimes you need that special person to kind of, reel the people in. Like, hey, guess what? If you get some guy named, Joe Schmo doing it, it'll be like, oh, okay, he's announcing. But when you have that guy who has that energy, it makes people want to go, hey, what's going on? The loudness. Mm-hmm. When we hear something loud, we all look around to see where it came from. So if it's that voice, if it's that, we all know Neil has that voice. Uncle John has that charisma and voice. So we all know when you have that kind of stuff there, it just makes the event that much bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going against Gage. Tim, you're going against Jordan Sill. Jody, you're against Paul Stevens.
Yeah.
Is it those three, or is there a fourth? I can't remember.
Just those three. We had another one, and I was like, I'm not pulling my damn event. Like, I'm trying to relax. Like, I got big things on my mind. My head's just spinning, and I had 2 matches back out, and I was like, well, shit. And then I was like talking to Jordan. I was like, you want to bang it out? He's like, let's do it. I was like, all right. Nice. I know he comes to my events. He loves it, and I was just like, I still want I want that crack. I'm feeling a little frisky now that I beat Eric. I want that. I want that crack. And we'll see. We'll see where I'm at.
Beautiful.
No, and here's the thing.
It's like you're good.
I was gonna say you're probably one of the most underrated guys out there, because you look at that and Mr. Myers is in the house. Soon as you say Jordan Seal, Myers like, hey, I'm there. Tim, I mean, you're my boy. We've been friends for years and years and years. My best friend in the sport. And I got to say that you are very underrated. They see Tim, and the first 2 things that come out is, hey, oh, yeah, he's a referee that's at those big events. Oh, yeah, he's the guy at Arm Sports Entertainment that puts on the huge events. But a lot of people don't know that, hey, you could pull too. Now, because of your job, because of all this other stuff you got, no, and you already said it earlier, you don't have the time to train like other people's do. But don't let that fool you. Tim can grind. So,
yeah, I mean, I've always been, I've never fully dedicated to arm wrestling, and I'm not saying I ever will, because I enjoy what I do now. There might be a time where I just say, the reffing's stopping for a year, let's go to town. Let's see. But right now it's not there for me. I love reffing because I could be there. I get just as much excitement sometimes reffing than I do pulling a match. And hell, who doesn't want to get paid to go hang out with your friends?
Right.
So, but I can tell you, and this has not being cocky, nothing like that. But I can tell anybody who comes to one of my events, it is a proven fact that I can name 5 or 6 people in North America who's came to my events for maybe a super match or something that we've highlighted them so much that they've went to King of the Table or East versus West or Arm Wars.
Right.
It's just, we know we've been in the sport for that long. There's certain people that trust our input. And if we say, yo, you need to look at this guy, you need to have him on your radar. I'm telling you, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
They will look at you, and they will at least give you the time of day to see what you're about. They might say, hey, I want to see you go pull this guy, and then maybe we'll talk. And that's what's kind of happened in the past. So but just by showing up to my events, man, it's you come and surprise somebody. Don't be surprised if you get a phone call.
Right.
There you go.
That's exactly what it is. Like, I think that is, we're starting to see like ways to rise in the sport. And that's what a lot of young up and coming guys, they come in, they're hot and heavy. They're strong as hell, but it's like where, we don't have like a direct ladder, right? It's like you kind of have to figure it out as you go. But we're telling you right now, this is the ladder. This is the stepping stone. Come here, be noticed, make people like the three of us understand who you are and what you do.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good way to start.
Yeah.
Spurman says, Arm Sports Entertainment. I think you have a great approach to growing the sport in North America. We appreciate your hard work. Keep on killing it.
Thank you.
Oh, but we got one more. There's more. Mr. Nicholas Adams says we have to schedule me and Paul Passmore for next year. I'm assuming he might be talking maybe Arizona State, maybe Washington State, however the case may be.
Yep. Arizona State's pretty much going to be locked down from the 220s round robin. So there's probably, I'm dabbling into it. If we do super matches, it might be. We're going to dabble into it because this venue that I'm hoping to lock down is pretty sweet, and we might have availability Friday night. If I have availability Friday night and I can get everybody in the 220 to commit to it, I would love to just have the 220 Friday night, the whole round robin, pay-per-viewed, lights, cameras, like you name it, just off the hook. Everybody's chilling, and then everybody's pulling on Saturday. That would be awesome. To get everybody to commit to that, we'll see. But there might be some other super matches, maybe Friday night if they don't want to do it. But it's gonna be pretty good.
Now, tournaments have gotten just super huge with entries and stuff. I think the Ottawa Open had 730 some odd entries, just crazy. Where at what point do you say, okay, we're gonna have to say it has to be a 2-day event? Like, I mean, how do you feel being at an event for like fucking, and we'll use like the, and John, you've been here before. Tim, you might have been here before. Winter Blast, right? Mm-hmm. And we know sometimes, because I've seen the live feed and go, damn, dude, we're like fucking 7 hours in, 8 hours in and stuff. And how do you feel about tournaments going that long?
I mean, to me, it's like, let's put it as a promoter standpoint. Are you going to have more people bitch about being there for 2 days? Or are you going to have more people bitch about being there for 10 hours?
Right.
For me, 10 hours all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather be there for 10, 12 hours and have a full day out of it than have to wake up the next day and be drained and go do it again.
Yeah. For me, it's do you have the capacity, right? With Tim's events, I know he has the capacity. He's going to have the referees. He's going to have the right amount of tables. And, Tim's done it enough where things are going to move forward. Right. The problem for me comes in when it's a 10, 12-hour day and you only have 3 weight classes and 1 table. That tends to be a bit more of an issue. Yeah. But I've seen it done. The 2-day thing is what they do with the Canadian National Championships. Mm-hmm. So they have such a variety of classes, right? You have tons of kids classes. You got masters, grandmasters, senior grandmasters, men's, women's, and that's all on the first day. Second day is all the open division. Okay. Right. So there's a little something for everybody. But then I think you have to think as a promoter, you have to think of, okay, where are we holding this? What is there to do for families? You know, how can we make sure that people can make, you know, if you hold it in Nowheresville and all you can do is go from the venue to your room, you know, it makes it a little more difficult.
We've done that this year.
Manitoba, Canada.
I mean, we were in Manitoba. I thought we were going to Manitoba, but we were not in Manitoba.
Just out in the middle of nowhere.
Anyways, before I get off topic and let's move on.
Yeah, but no, honestly, I mean, I think this is going to be an awesome event as always. You know, but my thing is though, I mean, because I think now, Tim, you found some balance. Where what year is that? Not last year, but the year before. You had you had the 4-man battleground, you had the 8-man round robin, you had like 3 or 4 super matches on top of that, then the tournament to where I felt bad for the ladies because then it was like they started, we had to be out. All right, ladies, we're done. We're gonna take this and go to practice for, you know, wherever you guys are going to after pull that and do it there. And I kind of felt bad for them. I think now you're kind of going, okay, I don't want to oversaturate.
That will never happen again. I will they literally jumped and put a time restraint on me the night before. And like now we have contracts. It's never gonna happen again. Like I will never pull something that has a time restraint like that ever again.
Yeah.
That was brutal. That was brutal. I mean, we not only that, but it was like the venue canceled, so I moved it to this venue. We hit capacity. Like I had family members leaving so arm wrestlers could come in. Like we hit 275 people by the time weigh-ins were over.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yo, fam, you gotta go. I got people pulling. Like that's just what it was. It was brutal. And and then when you think about that, right? That's a bar. That's what arm wrestling was. That's why like people don't understand how hard it is to find these places now to have these things because it's grown that much on my aspect. It's grown that much. I can't just go to a Joe. I got 50 fucking bars in my hometown. I'd love to have it there.
Right.
It don't fit. It just doesn't fit anymore. And so trying to find these places, when you go from a bar to hotel conventions or like where I'm at now it costs money. Now they're not giving me money. They cost me money. You know, there is some people that good for them. They get paid to go to these conventions. I don't know how. I've been trying for 3 years. So teach me. But man, if I ever got paid to have an event somewhere, it'd be even bigger than I have it now.
Right.
You know, and I take 100% of my sponsors and everything, and I just fly more people out to have a good time because that's all we're about is entertainment. Yeah. You know, it was just like Arizona State last year. I literally got a sponsor on a Tuesday before the event. Aussie arm wrestler was there on Thursday. He literally got on a plane 14 hours later because a sponsor wanted to see him there.
Yeah.
There you
Not
go.
a problem. You know, it's just that's what we do. I could have taken that money and did something else with it. Nah, we just bring more people out. More than merrier. Let's go.
It was a hell of a time.
Let's go.
Yeah. So, guys, we are on the tail end of 2023. We're about to flip the calendar. And what's in store for you, both of you guys, in 2024? What's on the radar? I know you got a big 220 round robin coming up. I know you got arm guys coming up. And I'm telling you, man, like, for me, I like to plan things out. Sometimes things come up and it's like, should I do that? But what do you guys got going on for 2024?
Well, I'm pretty stacked and racked the first 3 months. I got I'll be in Vegas at an Arm Wars event at the beginning of January. Neil did announce possibly that I will be going against Ron Bath on the left in a battleground of some kind. So I'm really super excited about that. Ron Bath is like, it definitely biggest match of my career. I know Ron is, more known for his right hand, but it's freaking Ron Bath, right? Yeah. Like, dude is as legit as they come. So we'll see that. I don't know if that's 100% confirmed or not, but Neil did bring that up on the fix the other night. Then the weekend after that, I'll be commentating up in Toronto for the AWC They've got Jason Constantini and Jeff Dabe and a few other matches. Artem's going to be pulling against John Tarian, so it'll be good. February going to be big. I've got Left Hand versus Jeff Dabe right here in Minnesota.
How do you feel about that?
I'm nervous, but also confident. Jeff, I've pulled him before, but not since last time I lived in Minnesota. We have gripped up since I've moved back, and I'm much stronger. I'm much smarter. But Jeff Dabe is a freaking handful, no matter how strong you are, right? His hand is ridiculous. And then March, of course, is Arm Gods in Ireland, where I will be participating in the world's first ever thumbtack arm wrestling match.
Tim, you hear about this? Dude, I mean, this is a page
I just want to throw out there that me and John are hanging out for the next 3 months because I'm at every event that he's at -1.
Yeah.
I will be at the I kind of got thrown into some things because I'm going to Vitacell because now we're doing partnerships and stuff together. Yep. But I will also pull in my first ever Arm Wars.
Nice.
And it's going to be on the party hand.
Beautiful.
Against Mika from California.
Ooh, that's nice. That's a nice match.
So, and then I'm most likely in Toronto.
Nice.
To either ref or have a good time.
Beautiful.
But I'm most likely in Toronto. February, there's some stuff going on, not confirmed. Might lay low because we got the Waste Management and Super Bowl. So we do that. In March, on the hook of Roughing Arm Gods.
Yes. Oh,
this match with
that would be pretty cool.
The thumbtack match. I mean, is Mick Foley going to make a special appearance? Is he going to be the ref? Is he going to be the down ref with Tim Talmadge or what? Because
well, look, there's few times in life where you can do something that has never been done before. Every person I talk to has told me not to do it, and that just makes me want to do it even more. So I think, for me, it's against Evan Burgoyne, right? We've been long time enemies, friends, frenemies, whatever you want to say. And I think that whether this match is good, bad, bloody, whatever it is, I don't really think there's any other two people in arm wrestling that could really pull it off.
Can you explain more what it is? Where are the thumbtacks going to be?
So the thumbtacks will be on the pin pads.
I love it.
Yeah. So the rules are, as I understand them, that there will be all matches start in the strap. There will be a custom white strap so we can get blood all over it. And basically the goal is that we will remain in the strap for the entirety of the super match. And it's, you get pinned, you get stuck. And so it's likely that there's going to be blood. There might be some tears. I think there will be a lot of shenanigans as well. Benji Mack saying, what about early starts? We got to hammer some of these things out. For me, this is about exactly. For me, this is about making Evan Burgoyne get off his lazy ass and get stronger, because I already told him, I'm like, dude, I'm going to murder you. I am going to literally destroy your life in this match unless you get your shit together and start getting strong. So that's my hope, is that he does that. And who knows what's going to happen with that. Is it going to ruin arm wrestling? No. Is it bad or good for arm wrestling? I don't know. But
nothing's going to ruin that until you see a Mac Telly, Tim Lewis arm. Nothing ruins it more than that. So I think you're fine.
Can you please dress up as Mick Foley? That would be awesome.
I will say this. I've already got
Sacco out. You can bring Mr. Sacco.
Right?
You got to wear a flannel.
Here's the thing. Marcus, the guy behind Marcus and Paul, have said they're going to have like video boards. They're going to have like walkway entrances like WWE. So I've already got my walkout ready. I've got my video ready. There's things that are planned. Okay. This is going to be highly entertaining from beginning to end. And, if nothing else, now, if you're an arm wrestling purist, you might want to close your eyes. You might want to avert your eyes and not look at this, because it's not for that. That's not what this is designed for. This is designed to shock people. It's designed for the virality of it, because arm wrestling is just, it has trouble. It has trouble because people don't necessarily understand it. You want to know what people do understand? A couple of guys trying to kill each other with blood all over them. That's what people understand.
And that's okay, John, because professional wrestling wasn't ready for Halloween Havoc when you had the scaffold match. They weren't ready for that either. But what's this about? I keep hearing these rumors or seeing stuff. And Bowen versus Uncle John, is that coming up? What are we doing here?
So there was some shenanigans yesterday. Tom Stubblebine had posted some stuff about me versus Paul Italia, me versus Bowen. Now let me be clear. I will arm wrestle Paul Italia for money at any time, at any location.
He will.
Anywhere. I will pull Paul Italia. And the votes on that, by the way, were 60-40 in my favor. So if anybody who is in that 40% that voted for Paul Italia, if you want to have a bet, I will take any bet in the universe for any amount of money. I will take, and I will cover, because I'm that confident against Paul Italia. Bowen, I think, people get confused because they forget that there's two arms, that everyone has two arms. I'm not interested in arm wrestling Ryan Bowen right-handed. I cannot beat Ryan Bowen right-handed.
Right.
Left-handed, I will annihilate Ryan Bowen. I will drag his body through the dust in the desert and throw him away. And then I will parade myself down Main Street in my birthday suit with all my newfound money.
And you guys got to understand, Uncle John and myself, predominantly left-hand pullers, you got to understand, we love that stuff. So I know, Tim, the left is your party hand, but still, it's just kind of, you have to know and understand. Yeah, see? So I get it, but I saw that. I was scrolling, I was like going, is that a real match, him and Paul? And all of a sudden I saw you and Bowen. I was like going, okay, what's going on? Because Bowen is going to make his return. And now, instead of pulling guys in Korea and, in India, he's going to be at the Knuckles Up coming up. And I do believe it's the same weekend as Arm Wars, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So we'll, for me and Ryan, I'm happy to meet up with Ryan. I think we'll make that happen at some point. It's just a matter of, getting ourselves together and seeing what event it will have, where it will happen.
John, do you know what day we are pulling in Vegas for Arm Wars? And I only ask because I'm trying to finagle a couple people from Knuckles Up on Sunday morning to ride over to Vegas, because I don't think if we don't pull till Sunday, Monday, we could have a real good time. We could, there might be some other people from Knuckle Up that I'm trying to bring over to us to make it even a little bit better.
That would be incredible
for the future. So hint, Aussie arm wrestler.
Ooh, I do like that. I do like that a lot.
I'm trying to figure out. I was supposed to talk to Neil. I haven't had time to talk to him with the holidays and this and my event, but I know we got to catch up. So I'm just curious if you have an insight on that.
I don't know for sure, because I know they're trying to balance things between the Vitacell stuff and the arm wrestling stuff. So I would assume the earliest it would be the Saturday. And I don't know if Neil is planning on doing like a 2-day thing, because I know there's going to be a hell of a lot of people there. There's going to be a lot of people.
He's going to have to, because when I was talking to Mark and Rob, if we're starting Friday, I don't think people were starting to get treatments till Saturday. Well, if we're getting treatment on Saturday, we can't pull Saturday night. We got to get treatment and get our pull and get treatment Sunday.
Right. You got to pull before the treatment.
I know about 8 people who are now pulling in Arm Wars that are getting treatment. So I'm like,
yeah,
I've been told I have to be there for like 4 or 5 days now.
Right. That was kind of my plan, is maybe get there on like the 4th or 5th and then go through the 9th or something, 10th, depending on what the situation is. I don't know. I'll have to confirm that with Neil, and I'm not so sure that it's decided yet.
Yeah. Yep.
What's the forecast for Arm Wars Las Vegas?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff that's up in the air at this point in time. I think, well, Jody, Arm Wars is like there's a set. There's like, okay, we know we're gonna do these X amount of matches,
right?
But with this weekend, there's so many people and so much shenanigans that will be taking place. It would not surprise me if we have matches that nobody thought about until the day of.
Oh, they're gonna be.
I know how that feels.
I was literally, everybody I talked to, I'm like, yo, hey, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I'm gonna be there. I'm like, well, if I can count like 10 people, 10 elite people that are gonna be there for VitaCell,
yeah,
Neil's gonna go, hey, buddy, at dinner, why don't you come over and see me up here? And
you can't beat so and so, can you? Yeah, that's how it'll start. I don't think you have anything for him. Yeah, I do.
He's up there right now. What do you mean? You want to go test it out? Like,
real quick.
We're going to be matching the elevators and shit. So
I think there's going to be literally hundreds of matches and elite matches, and it's going to be insane.
Yeah, Benji has. Yeah, so Devin versus Corey is like the main event on the left arm, as far as I know. Derek Smith versus Terrence Opperman. That's another ridiculous match. I think.
Who's that?
Derek Smith versus Terrence Opperman.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So that one was announced as well. I know of a couple other ones. I just don't know what Neil has said publicly or not.
Same.
So yeah. So Neil is trying to possibly put me against, Ron, which I'm super excited about, super nervous about as well.
Ron is bigger in person than you realize, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Like, Ron Bath is not like, usually when I go into a match, I have a lot to say about my opponent, right? I have nothing to say about Ron Bath because nothing needs to be said about Ron Bath. Okay.
Well, I got one for you that I can say this person's coming because it's not with Arm Wars that I know of.
Ooh.
It's for VitaCell. I just got done because I book people's flights. If you didn't know, I'm a booking guru. Gabby's going to be in the house.
Oh, Gabby's going to be there?
I just got done doing her tickets. So Gabby's going to be in the house. So
nice.
There's going to be a lot of people, I think, that are going to be in the house for something else that is going to get talked into doing something else. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, wow. Jody.
Everyone's going to Vegas that weekend.
Interesting. You'll like this, Jody. So the VitaCell will go, and usually we go to like one of their affiliate clinics that uses their products, right? The lady who owns the affiliate clinic in Vegas is the daughter of Tito Santana.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah.
No shit. Oh man, I gotta get a picture.
Right. So incredible.
Strike Force. Gotta give me a Strike Force t-shirt.
A lot of people who could, or I'm hearing that are going to be showing up to this thing too. Yes. That again might get invited upstairs somewhere. Maybe the greatest boxer of all time, I heard, might be in the house.
Whoa.
Just saying.
Could you imagine? Like so much star power. Like it's going to be the thing. It's going to be.
This is what really this small little thing, because of two things collaborating, could take North American arm wrestling to the top. Off of this,
that is true.
You can take one person that goes, I like it, and that person has a lot of money.
Right.
That's all it takes is one of these celebrities that are going to be there going, well, I think we should do this, and then it's just game over.
And if there's anybody out there that is like, man, I'd really love to, see some things, be a part of some stuff. Now I know the Arm Wars thing is not open to the public as far as I know,
right.
But like, if you just want to be in a place where you can meet a ton of arm wrestlers and just see some amazing stuff, might not be a bad idea to be in Vegas that week.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, guys, we've been on here an hour and 4 minutes. I'm going to end this thing because the three of us got some stuff to talk about off the air. So sorry, everybody. Not made for everybody's ears. But thank you, everybody, for joining the show. It was awesome. Gentlemen, I will see y'all next weekend. Be sure to stay on. Everybody, enjoy your Friday. Black Friday it is. Don't get in fights shopping, okay? Take care, everybody.